Hi, and welcome to Entry Text Tutorial video on Star4live and Guardstation. Timestamps and general notes can be found in the description below. First things first, we're going to get started for Star4live. This is where your account for NVR sharing is created. This is also just a one-time setup, so once your account is made, you should rarely have to come back. So the first things we're going to do is we're going to navigate to an internet browser. We're going to go to star4live.com. We're then going to press the sign up button. Your username can be whatever you wish, just make sure you remember it. So we'll do ET test. Password also a password you'll remember. And then confirm your password again. And then you're going to put in the email you want to send a verification code to. We're going to send ours to testvid@entrytech.net. And we're going to press require. Username already exists. Okay. So TNT testvid. Press require. Send email failed. Don't really believe that. Sometimes it'll say that. So I'm just going to hover around in the inbox until we get something. All right then, and it finally popped up in not even a few minutes. So you're just going to grab this verification code, go back to your sign up. Okay, we're actually going to have to wait again. So press it again, it should send, and now this tab here should be white. So we're going to go back and we're going to wait again for the new code. All right, here it is. Okay, press sign up, agree to both of those. Sure, we'll save it. Never mind. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no. All right. So here is where all of your shared devices will show up on Star4live. Right now, this account has none since we just created it. So we're going to share over an account from our master profile, and we will be right. All right, the device has been shared, and we just refreshed the page here, and it popped up. Everything is working correctly. That is it for Star4live. Like I said, you should never really have to come back to this. The only reason you should is just to be able to confirm if you still see your shared device. And you see we shared this one till 2030, so it should not go away till 2030. All right, we're going to get working on Guardstation. Guardstation is the software that allows you to view your live footage and play back all of your recorded data. So what we're going to do is we're just going to look up Guardstation 3.0. Client software VMS Uniview Tech. Make sure it's the univiewtechnology.com link. There are quite a few other links. Download the Windows 64-bit. Once it's downloaded, just open it up. There we go. All right. Double click your install file. Press yes when it prompts. Go through the setup, but just click next a whole bunch. Press finish. All right. And now on our desktop, we should have Guardstation 3.0. So we're going to open it up. Press yes again. It'll always pretty much prompt when you start it up. All right, and we finally got in, and we're going to be prompted with this Guardstation login screen. Our username is going to be admin. Our password is going to be 123456. Make sure the auto login and save password checkboxes are checked. We're going to press login. Then we're going to head to device management. We're going to navigate to cloud device. Again, we're going to press login. And here we're going to log in with the username and password we set up for Star4live. So we had ET testvid, and our password was 1. Make sure auto login again is checked and press login. Now down here at the bottom, we should see a device that should be connecting. We're going to wait until this is completely connected. Sometimes it'll take a minute depending on your internet connectivity. There we go. All right, so that device is now online, and we can now go through the live view, custom view, and all the playback. So to do that, we're going to go back to control panel here. then we're going to start with live view. So we open up live view, and at the first it'll be blank. Just give it a second to load. Sometimes the devices need a second to start working. Okay, and if it's still not, we're just going to go back to device management. All right, it went offline and it's going to reconnect. Just how it's going to be. All right, there we go. So now in live view, we should see the AT&T HQ. We can double click this NVR to bring up all cameras currently on the NVR. And if there was more, it would change it to accommodate. Second thing we're going to do is we're going to be able to change how many cameras we can see at once. We can go anywhere from 1 all the way to 64. Now 64 is going to take it a second. There we go. So you can really get a whole view of everything you have. All right. So now we're going to find a camera. We're going to double click it, and that just brings it to the main view and puts it in the highest stream possible. And you can do two things in here. You can right click and you can go to digital zoom. Just left click on this. And you can now use your mouse wheel to scroll in and out on the camera. This doesn't move the actual camera, it's just a digital zoom. So we're going to right click and we're going to disable that. Next thing we can do is we can change the stream type. If you have your cameras set to an automatic stream type, here you can change to the highest, lowest, or whatever stream you want. So right now we're on the main stream, which is the highest. We're going to switch to the third stream to just show you how much of a difference it can make. So this is really low quality, but it also doesn't take up much bandwidth. And then it's usually the substream that is displayed when you double click. So it's not the highest, either the sub or the third. Okay, so we have it on the third. And that just gives you a general outline of everything. So next we're going to set up a custom view. So if I wanted this camera instead to always be right here instead of right here, but every time I double click this NVR, it puts it there. I don't want it there. So we're going to go down here to the bottom left, click on these 4 panels, which is the view. And right here, this custom view, we're going to press add view. We're going to name this one just custom view 1, and you will need a name. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to select how many cameras we want to see on the screen. So like how we did here, we can select anywhere from 1 to 64. 9 will be plenty for us, so let's just go back to 9. Next, we're going to click the plus right here on this NVR, and we have all of these cameras here. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to click and drag. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we wanted 5 at the very start, so we're going to drag 5 up here, and then we'll just put the rest back in their order. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and there's that. So now, like I was saying with the stream types, we can set all these to either be on auto, main, sub, or third stream. You don't want to set it to main because then a black screen will sometimes appear and prevent you from viewing it like this just because it takes up too much bandwidth to load. So we're going to set it all to main and show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to set all these streams to main. We're going to press OK, and our custom view is ready. Just like an NVR, you can just double click on this and it'll load it. And see, with them all on main, depending on the internet, they can stay as green or gray screens like that, or they can eventually load up like they did here. So it's just up to how fast your internet is and if you really need them to be on main. But if not, we can go back to the menu here, and you can rename the custom view, but you can't ever change it. So you'll just have to make a new one, setting them back to the original stream. And see, like this now, I'm getting a little bit of a lag just because of how intense this is on the computer. So we're just going to delete this custom view. And we'll leave it, actually. We're going to go back to our regular live view by clicking this drop down right here. And then we just double click back on the NVR and bring it all back, and everything is running smoothly. That's pretty much it for the live view. There's not much else to do. Next thing is we're going to go over a playback. So we're going to go into control panel, playback, and like the live view, you're going to have to select what cameras or what NVR. So we can select an entire NVR, but that will take some resource to load. It's just pretty intensive on the computer. So we're just going to click number 5. So we're going to click it and drag it over to the slot we want it to hold. Okay, it's on number 5. All right, we're going to select. And now all of the days down here in red are the days that have video recordings, and the days that are black do not. So for instance, like tomorrow there is no recording because tomorrow hasn't happened yet. But if we go back through, we can see all of July, most of June. And so it's got a pretty good recording amount for our cameras. It'll differ based on how big of a hard drive you have and how many cameras you have recording. So we're going to select on a red day. We'll go for today, and we're going to press search. This will bring up the camera in the slot you selected. You can also change it to be only one slot. That way you just select your camera and put it here. And it'll bring up the playback of the first instance of recorded data you have. And down here at the bottom is your 24-hour time bar, I guess. So it starts at midnight and it ends at 11:59 of that day. So it's pretty spaced out here. The first thing we're going to have to do in order to see a more detailed view is we're just going to hover over here and use our scroll wheel to zoom in. Now we can see between 5:30 and 5:32, whereas before we didn't even see 5 at all. We just had to look down here at the time to really know what we're looking at. So we're going to zoom in, and now we can see all of these. We can navigate through them much easier. And so usually for motion, there is a slight delay at the start for recording, and then the motion that happened, and then a long recording afterwards. So we're going to go right here. We're going to pause. Okay. And it's going to play back to where we selected. And it's the police car moving around. So no biggie, that was it. The next thing you probably want to do with your motions is you're going to want to save that data. So to download that, we're going to press this. Give it a second. It's still loading all the things we did. All right. So we're going to press this download button here in the top, bottom right. And it'll give you a list of all the motions or all the events that have happened that day that you have recorded data for. So like this first one we had it at 5:30 started and it ended at 5:32. That looks like that one. So we're going to select it here and we're going to press the high speed download instead of the normal speed. And this just means it'll download faster instead of reducing its download speed for sake of bandwidth. So we'll select high speed and press download. This will start the download, and we can check the download process by going to the bottom left here, pressing this icon, and it'll load up everything that we have downloaded. All right, so the video has finished downloading. We can play it, open the folder, or delete that. Deleting this won't delete the file, it'll delete this showing that we downloaded the file. So it doesn't really matter. So we're just going to press open folder. And this will bring up the folder where the video is stored. And it'll bring up everything that you have. And they'll all go back to the same folder. So if you're downloading a lot, you probably want to move them out and store them or make new folders in here. So like 8, 9, 21. And then just move all of yours in here. That's a good way to keep these organized. That way you don't just have a bunch of videos with the not really readable labels like this. So we've got our video. We're going to double click it just to open it up in our native video software. And it's going to give us the entire motion from the 30 seconds or whatever I have set before the motion happened to the minute or so after it happened. From here, you can throw it on a thumb drive, upload it to YouTube, or whatever you really want. The next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to pin this for ease of access. So we're going to go back to Guardstation 3. We're going to right-click this folder here, and we're going to press the pin to quick access. Now it'll pop up here on my left side, and I can just double-click or single-click to get in easier. And that's that. That's pretty much it for all of Guardstation. I hope this will help you in your endeavors and was easy to follow and understand. Thanks for watching.